around my tongue.
So what happened in there? I know you guys are both in there.
I don't even know. I remember we got in there. I blacked out. I genuinely just, we went in there. I blacked out. I don't know what happened. I blacked out, and when I came to, she was dead. I'm so scared.
20-year-old Brianna Ratliff ends her shift at the local fast food chain. It was a hard day of work for Brianna, because it wasn't her only job that she had to attend that day. Her primary job was at a local beauty salon, leveraging the skills that she learned in the cosmetology program at the Coshocton County Career Center. And her second job was at Hardee's. Neither of those jobs really fulfilled, but it was paying the bills. Brianna's mother, who also worked 2 jobs and typically came home very late, managed to arrive home a bit earlier that day to prepare Brianna's favorite apple pie. But little did anyone know, Brianna wouldn't come back home that night. Brianna's disappearance would turn out to be the biggest case in the history of Coshocton County. A case that left this small Ohio town traumatized until this very day. The next day, the Coshocton Police Department put out a missing persons report. And since Coshocton is a fairly small community, the city put in a collective effort to find her. A search party was formed under a nonprofit victim advocacy group called Golden Hearts, a voice for the voiceless. All her closest friends and family members were participating in the search. Brianna's schedule was packed with 2 jobs, which means that her paths were mainly between home and her jobs. Brianna's friends looked in all her usual hangout spots, but there was no trace of Brianna at all. That's when the search party's cadaver dog was able to pick up her scent and traced it all the way to an abandoned house on the 1800 block of Chestnut Street. Now, from first glance, it looked as if no one had entered the house for many years. What with all the cobwebs and dusty trash, it almost seemed like an old dumping ground. But there was still an irregular path from the entrance, meaning that someone could have used this place recently. As they worked their way through the mess, they found a half-open door. But little did anyone know what was waiting behind that door would change the lives of the search team forever. Brianna was found lifeless, brutally R-worded and unrecognizable. Based on her bruises around the neck, blunt force trauma to the head, and stab wounds in her chest, it was clear that this was a premeditated murder case. The Coshocton County Sheriff's Department started looking into Brianna's friends, acquaintances, family, anyone with a grudge or motive to kill. And when you're looking into a murder case, the first suspect was her ex-boyfriend, George. George wasn't very much affected by her death, despite having spent a lot of years together. That tip-off, by the way, was made by Brianna's close friend, Blake Gruel. Brianna's mother confirmed that Brianna and Blake had been friends since middle school and that they were very close. Just like Brianna, Blake also worked part-time at Hardee's, and the two became really good friends. Seeing as he's highly spoken about and had regular interactions with her, perhaps he can paint a picture for the county about George and Brianna's last known whereabouts. That's why he's called in for questioning that same week. Let's see what he can tell us regarding Brianna, George, and where she was last seen before her tragic disappearance.
All right, man. Well, we're talking about Brianna, and it's Ratcliffe.
Mm-hmm. New Ratliff.
Ratliff. Okay. And you guys are friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She was reported missing
Thursday.
Okay.
I think she was reported the next day, but she wasn't heard from the day before.
Okay. Kind of walk me through what your guys' relationship is.
We're just friends. We've known each other for a few years. It'd take me a few seconds to try and remember like which year I actually met her, but we met at Riverview High School. We met there. I remember I met her with like a group of other people that like, I met someone else and they introduced me to her, and that's how I met her.
How often do you guys talk or hang out?
We hadn't talked in a long time until more recently because I felt bad because I hadn't messaged her in a while.
Okay, and how'd you message her? How did you message her?
Messenger.
Facebook?
Yeah.
About when was that?
When exactly? Like the last time I messaged her?
Well, when you guys just started talking again.
I don't remember an exact date if you wanted to, but
Was it a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago?
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't say a month, so it'd probably be a couple weeks.
And you guys talk quite frequently in the last couple weeks?
I tried to get her to talk to me, but like because of our schedules, one of us was always either tired or working.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how often do you guys hang out?
We've hung out a couple times within the past couple weeks.
Okay, a couple times a week, a couple times a day?
No, like once, maybe every 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay. And what would you guys do?
We'd normally just walk around, just talk and catch up with whatever's going on with each other, and then a couple times we went down to that park, and then
the park by your house?
Hall Park.
Okay. Okay, what would she talk to you about?
Normally she would just talk about like if there was like an angry customer at work, or like if she wanted to vent about any of her ex-boyfriends, or if she was having trouble with any of her friends back like at Warsaw.
She been having any issues with anybody?
Only issue that she really brought up to me was that George, I think you probably talked to him maybe, her most recent ex, she told me how he broke up with her and she was upset about how her mom was trying to get them to move.
Would you guys just go to the park? Were there other places you would go?
I mean, back before COVID, we would go inside the library because they had like a thing going on in the basement where you could like get on laptops or like play video games.
Okay.
But then after all that, we kind of grew distant.
Blake describes himself as a solid friend that Brianna could vent to. But over time, their paths diverged and they made new friends. They would only hang out occasionally, like best friends catching up. However, Brianna's mom mentioned that Brianna was close with Blake, so it's questionable for Blake to say that they were just on and off friends.
So tell me about Thursday.
Okay, you want me to just
start from the beginning when you woke up and go from there.
All right, we had arranged a meeting to hang out on Thursday. She told me that she wanted me to be at the library around 3. I got there around 3, but I assumed maybe work held her back, so she took a while to get there. She got home. She told me that she had to take care of her hamster, take out her dogs, and like get washed up and changed. She arrived at the library around 4, and that's when we started walking. By that point, it was really cold. We walked up to Taco Bell. We got some food. And then afterwards, she said that she wanted a hot chocolate from McDonald's, so we walked down there. She got me a pop and her a hot chocolate. And then because it was cold out, she wanted to go home and grab a coat before we continued walking. She went inside for a few minutes. She came back out. We were walking up to the park, but like partway her hip started acting up, so we had to sit down for a few minutes.
Where'd you sit down?
It was right down the street from the freeze. Like not even, I don't think it was even to the first house yet. Like there were some cinder blocks that you could sit on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we stopped. We were talking. She seemed upset. I was trying to cheer her up. That's when she was starting to talk about like the whole moving thing, so I was trying to cheer her up. And after that, we walked up to the park. They said the camera only saw us going in, and nobody left, but I assume that's probably just because of the way we walked.
Now, just for some perspective, this was the vacant house where Brianna was found, which is less than a 5-minute walk from Hall Park. If Blake claims that the two parted ways after the park, well, then who took her to the abandoned house? It's unlikely that Brianna went there by force because there were no restraint marks on her wrists or ankles, and there was no torn clothing. So chances are she went to that place willingly. The question is, why?
So you go home, okay. When do you next try to message her?
It was a little while later. It was about 7:40-ish when I messaged her.
So maybe 45 minutes later,
yeah.
An hour? Okay.
I got home and then I was like, shit, she's probably still there. I should probably like let her know like not to stay out too late.
Okay. What she said? Did she respond?
No, I told her, like, your headphones are on the bench next to you. Make sure you don't forget those. Sorry about the hand motions.
That's fine.
Her headphones were on the bench. I made sure she wouldn't forget those, and I told her to get home so that she doesn't catch a cold.
Okay. Would I be able to see your phone in those messages? Maybe take some pictures of them?
Yeah.
Good. Grab the camera.
Here you go. These are all. These ones are the ones that I sent her. It's only seen because her mother opened her messenger.
Gotcha. So, is it okay if I go up?
Go ahead. I have nothing to hide.
No. I always like to check. So you talked to her, so the 14th, around 10 p.m., she was watching rain. She says, I kind of got lost watching rain. Is Rain a kid? Because she spells it R-E-I-G-H-N.
Oh, no, I assumed that was a show.
Okay.
From the text messages, his story checks out. But there's something interesting about his message. He reminds her to pick up her headphones from the bench before going home. The same headphones that were found in the abandoned house. If she was attacked, it's likely that the murderer grabbed them, which means that there could be fingerprints on them. We'll have to wait for those results. For now, though, we need to connect the dots between Hall Park, where they said goodbye, and the abandoned house where she was found.
Have you and Brianna ever dated or anything?
No.
Ever talked about it?
We did talk about it a while back, but...
How long's a while? Like this past year before?
Let's see. I think it's been a few months last time we talked about it, and then we also talked about it back when, we first met.
So you have feelings for someone?
Somewhat.
Why didn't you guys ever date?
Why did you guys never date? Never give it a try?
Is it okay if I step out and plug your phone in? You're like 1%.
Oh,
Let them
yeah,
take
sorry
pictures of
about
the combo.
that. Go ahead.
That's okay. No one ever has a
It's
charged
my
phone.
so
Okay.
I was charging it when you guys called me because I've been distracted all day. I'm sorry, what was your question?
Why didn't you guys ever date?
Me and her were talking about it, and we came to a conclusion that, based on how her past relationships went, maybe it wasn't a good idea because, she was worried that, I don't know how to word it. She was worried that based on, the trauma from her past relationships that she might take that out on me is what she told me. And she said she didn't want to do that, so we never
Trauma
dated.
just from, how they treated her? Or
Yeah.
Is that what she meant?
Because, she told me that most of her relationships were pretty shitty.
Okay. Fair enough. How'd that make you feel? That she wouldn't even want to give it a shot?
Well, I was upset at first, but after a little bit, I figured, maybe it's for the best, because, I don't want her to, hurt our relationship. I'd rather stay friends rather than become boyfriend and girlfriend and end up hating each other.
This completely contradicts what Brianna's mother told us. Clearly, he had a thing for her, which is why he had that long list of text chains, and why they talked about having a relationship in the past. The detectives are still wondering how she ended up at the abandoned house willingly, though. Luckily, as soon as they ask him this question, he immediately bridges that gap.
You ever been to this house that she talked to you about with the antiques in it?
I've been there a couple times, but I've only ever been in it once.
You've been there with her?
I've been there with her. We were checking it out, seeing if there was a way to get in because she was interested in it.
And did you two go in together?
No. The last time I went in, I'm pretty sure it was a year ago because I remember it was back when it was hot out. I was there with Alex, who's out there, and another one of, I think it might have been his cousin. I don't know the cousin's name.
When were you up there with her?
Let's see. I didn't go up there with her this time we hung out, but we were up there the last couple times.
The last couple times you've been up there?
Yeah. First time we were going up there because I was like, hey, there's this house up there, and because she had told me that she likes old abandoned stuff. I'm pretty sure there's a factory somewhere down there that had burned down. But I told her about it. We went up and looked. saw that it was blocked off and stuff, so we were like, oh, well, guess we won't try that. But then she was like, well, what if there's like another way in? We went back up, looked, nothing. So that's when we stopped.
Where did you look when you went up there?
We didn't go we didn't go all the way around. We just sort of walked around the corner. There was one door, it was locked, so that's when we were like, oh, all right, let's stop.
When you go up to the house, how do you get to it?
There's like a little path in the trees that you can get up around that like leads you to where all that stuff is piled over.
Mm-hmm. You never walk through the back?
Back?
Yeah, through the back of the house.
No.
You've never been behind it?
Not as far. No. I've only ever been on that one side with the piled up stuff in the doorway.
How'd you get in the last time you were there? When you said like a year ago when you went inside?
When I was with Alex, we all just kind of piled in over there.
Over where?
We just tried to climb over the piled stuff in the doorway.
Okay, in the back.
There's probably a bunch of shattered glass there because one of us accidentally stepped on it. I tried to move some of the pieces out of the way.
That was how long ago?
A year ago. You might have to ask Alex if I'm wrong, because I'm not the best with dates. I just remember it was hot out, so I assume it was last summer.
With this one fact, Blake Gruel just shot himself to the top of the suspect list. He not only knew the abandoned house, but he introduced Brianna to it. For now, they'll use his willingness to talk to collect as much information as possible so that they can pick up on any inconsistency.
Alright, man. Real quick, what we do is kind of a standard thing. Where we're looking to get a DNA swab from you. Is that cool?
Yeah.
And then we'll give you good water with another one. They're free. I'm paying.
Could I have another one?
Yeah, we'll get you another one, man. I think I heard something about a house. The house, she was interested in the house there.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
What do you want to know?
Everything she told you about this house or whatever. I wasn't in here if you guys already talked about it.
I had brought it up to her because about a year ago I had gone up there with Alex and his cousin, and we thought it was cool, and I brought it up to her, and then all of a sudden she was super interested in it. We had gone up there a few times. We went up there, saw that everything was piled over. She didn't want to go in, so we didn't even bother that time. Second time, we were like, well, maybe there's another way in. Went up, found a door, but it was locked, so we were like, all right, let's call it quits. And then we did go up one more time, but after that, we just stopped. And then that was like a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Maybe a week, maybe two, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember.
How many times have you been in the house?
I've been in the town, I've been in the house once, and that was when I was with Alex.
And Alex is
the guy up there who came with me.
The other kid. Okay,
Yes.
How long ago was that?
I just remember it was hot out, so I assumed that it was summer. Sorry,
Last year.
I'm really bad with.
All right, no, it was last year.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we got BCI over there. They kind of process the scene and stuff. Would your DNA be in there?
I mean, possibly, because like I've been in there when she wasn't, and like I would look through stuff just to see if there was anything cool in there.
And there was. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I know.
Some of the cool stuff I didn't even bother with because it was too big to be able to take.
Right.
I figured like since it was abandoned, it was probably free grabs kind of thing.
But you guys go up there a year ago. What you and Alex do, right?
Yeah.
And you guys go in. You said through the back where that window's broken, and that's how the window got broken.
You mean the one that's laying down?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were trying to avoid stepping on it, but one of us slipped and it got smashed, and I was like moving some of the pieces.
So when you guys go, you said you walk through that path between the trees, right?
Yeah.
So when you and Brianna go up there, and she's like, "Oh, we can't get in," wouldn't you say to her, "Oh no, we can get in this way. I already know. I've been up here before."
I didn't know about it. I only know. Okay, so where that window is, where everything's piled up, that's what we first saw. And that's when she was like, that's like it was dark out and everything that time, and she didn't have any shoes to even climb in there if she wanted to.
She was barefoot?
No, she had shoes, but like it was I don't know what they're called. It was like those just regular slip-on ones.
Okay. Yeah, she had ever like You guys has she ever tried to come on to you at all, or
No.
nothing like she never tried to kiss you without you, and you just kind of like, no, it's not worth it, nothing like that?
Nope.
Okay. And you said there's a possibility there would be DNA.
Yes,
Of yours?
because I have been in there before.
Okay, when was the last time?
Let's see.
I know you said about last summer, but it sounds like maybe a little sooner than that.
Well, okay, the last time I was in there with another person was last summer, but other than that, I've gone up there a couple weeks ago, maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't remember what day it was, though.
Okay. So, when you were you part of the search parties?
Yes, I was part of the
Okay,
search party.
who'd you go around with?
I was with Alex, my mom, and a friend named Evan.
Okay. And where did you guys want to go?
Well, first, after we did a sweep of the park and went around the fencing area, we walked up from, if this is the church, we basically walked up this street to check to see if anyone had seen anything up there.
And when you point to this, you're talking like Hall Drive? The
Yeah,
road
yeah, Hall
behind
Drive,
the
yeah.
park? Okay, where else did you guys go?
After that, we basically walked, me and the officer that was there drove around trying to look for a vehicle, but other than that, we went a little farther. Alex went somewhere else. Me and Evan came back. We looped around. We found Alex. We went up to the church, handed out some flyers. The church that was like up, not that church. It was another church. It's closer to BP. I don't know if you know about the church there.
Yeah, right across from
Yeah.
right next to it.
Oh no, not that one. I think it's a church. It's up the hill near there.
Okay.
But we went there. There were people outside. We brought them some flyers. Said if they see anything, to let us know.
Okay. Where else did you guys go?
After that, it started to rain, so we just headed to Alex's house because his house was right there, like
Okay.
right around up and around the corner.
Did you ever suggest to go check out that house since she was really interested in it?
Yeah, that was the first time I brought it up to her.
To who?
To Bree. I mentioned like there's a house there.
No. I meant to the search party.
No, because I hadn't even thought about that.
Okay. When was the last time you guys discussed it?
Me and Bree?
Yeah, that she wanted to go in there and look at the cool stuff.
Let's see. I think it might have been the time before this time that we hung out.
Okay, so because I know in the
Because that was the last time that I brought it up. I was like, let's check it one more time, and then nothing.
There are many inconsistencies in his story. First, we have the fact that Blake and Alex were together in the search party, and as they were searching near the park, neither of the two suggested looking in the abandoned house. The second thing is that Blake and Brianna knew this house as he introduced it to her. He tried posing Brianna as the one who was most excited about the place, but it didn't make sense why she would go there alone. Now, I know I'm not psychic, but somewhere along these questions about the abandoned house, he has probably realized that the detectives are zeroing in on him as a suspect. At the same time, he knows that the house has his DNA. So, in his last minutes in this questioning, he will justify his DNA at the house and why Brianna would go to the house without him.
So, and you said that was how long ago?
A few weeks ago.
Okay.
Should be.
How persistent was she to, hey, I wanted to really get in there and look?
It was so-and-so. It was like, usually whenever we were talking, she'd be like, hey, me and my boyfriend were talking about the house. Seems pretty cool. Me and him are excited to go check it out. But that was before she broke up.
So all three of you were going to go together?
Yeah, but then stuff happened. Our schedules never aligned.
Okay. Let me ask you. When you left the park and you headed out, did you just say peace out, take off, or?
Yeah, I told her why I was leaving, and then I left.
Okay. Okay. So is she touchy-feely or anything like that?
I mean, we hug. While I was there, like when she was upset, I tried like tickling the back of her neck because she told me she's ticklish, and I was just trying to cheer her up.
So you guys still kind of flirt with each other?
Yeah, well, kind of flirty, but like not really romantically. I don't know how else to describe it.
Right. If she would have came on to you, how would you have reacted?
To be honest, I would have to like think about that Like, if she had asked me to date her, I would have to think about that for a little bit, considering what she told me.
Right. Do you think, I mean, would you have pushed her away if she tried to kiss you just out of nowhere? Or you just let it happen?
If she was desperate enough to kiss me, I wouldn't push her away. But
What would you say desperate?
I wouldn't call myself.
You're a good-looking kid.
Really?
Yeah.
I have people tell me that a lot.
See? So why
maybe I'm just self-conscious.
Maybe, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say desperate. So, like, what, from everything that you've processed so far, what do you think happened? Because I'll ask everybody this, it's just different avenues to...
See, based on some outside information, I heard...
How about not outside information, what you believe? Because you're going to hear a lot of things, and I told your mom that. Facebook's going to be blowing up, and they're going to say, what about this, I heard this.
Nothing that I don't know is official, basically.
Yeah, what would you believe or think?
In my personal opinion, I think that maybe one of her old boyfriends was mad at her and, like, might have done something.
And who would be the perfect person for that?
The guy who was at Riverview. If I had a picture of him, I would be able to point him out, but other than that, I wouldn't know, because I didn't know him. I knew him, but he didn't seem like that great of a guy, you know?
You don't know his name.
I don't know a name, but I would know a face.
Here you go, man. I shut her off to save you 32%, no problem. Let me get you a ride.
I don't know if I need to tell you this, too. I told him, but my fingerprints will be on her headphones and phone if you found those.
Okay.
Her headphones because I was connecting to them while we were walking, and her phone because when she had to fix her shoe, she handed it to me.
Cool, man. Appreciate it.
All right. What do I do with these?
Oh, you can get some in there. Let me find someone that can give you and your buddy a ride home. We might want to talk to him later because apparently he knew her a little more.
All right.
And
like later tonight or at like a later
day? Tomorrow.
Okay.
It's going to be a long night, so we'll probably get on this sleep, you know what I mean?
Please figure out who did this. Her cousin was mad at me.
With that, Detective Eric DiMatteo finished the interview. And with the information he got, he scoured the neighborhood for witnesses and security camera footage. Throughout this interview, Blake maintained a helpful stance and gave the detectives a lot to work with. But the key points to remember here are that A, he introduced Brianna to the abandoned house where she was found. B, he was the last person to see her before her mysterious disappearance. And C, the path they took coincides with the route for the abandoned house. By the way, just as a quick reminder, if you enjoy this content, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It supports me more than you know. Now, back to the video. In the following days, Detective DiMatteo came across a man who, on the night that Brianna went missing, spotted a figure dressed in black coming from a church next to the vacant house. This man proved to be a useful tip, as he confidently ID'd that figure to be none other than Blake Gruel. This fact puts a big question mark on Blake's story, as he claimed otherwise. Granted, it's not enough to treat him as guilty, but it is still enough to bring Blake back in for a second interview, hoping that he will clear up this inconsistency.
All right, man, really appreciate it again. Like I said, we're trying to truck forward on this stuff. I know your info is still the same, but...
But what?
I'm going to ask you again.
All right.
Just in case.
Got it. I understand. I'm sure it's like standard procedure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'll probably read you a little something else, because I read Alex, and then a couple other people I talked to, they're Miranda, and it's just something that we do. Yeah, I didn't do it the other day, but just in case. And I do appreciate you coming down. What I want to do is go over and make sure we have this right from the start of the day to the end, to when you guys last parted or whatever. If you could walk me through that. I know you went around with the guys.
Yeah.
So if you just walk me through that morning when you woke up of Thursday.
When I woke up or like when we actually met?
I just woke up. What did you do that day?
See, I didn't really do much that day from what I remember because most of my days are usually the same. Just wake up, play video games, see if anyone wants to hang out. Mm-hmm. And that day I was like, I haven't hung out with Bree in a little bit, so I was like, let me message her, see if she wants to hang out. She said yeah, so we were planned to meet at the library at 3. She took a little longer, so we ended up meeting at 4. And then I don't know the direction, but as we were driving, he said west. We walked like up Main Street towards Taco Bell. And then after we went into Taco Bell. We ate while we were there. And then afterwards, we went back down the street to McDonald's. She got a hot chocolate, I got a Dr. Pepper. And then because it was getting cold out and it was rainy, we went to her house to grab a coat. That's also when she brought her headphones out.
What kind of headphones were those?
Over the head. Over the head, they were primarily gray, from what I remember, and then they had blue on the ears.
Do you remember the brand?
I didn't see a brand, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then after that, we walked to the pit stop.
Okay.
I got a Coca-Cola and some Mentos, and she got just a thing of Mentos. And then we walked up the street in the direction of like the Seasons Tanning. Then we crossed over to the, like, because it splits into like a Y shape, we went over to the sidewalk on the right side, and we walked up the street towards the Freeze. And then at about where I think it's called a salon, it's got like that big sign outside, it's got like the big beard. It's like...
Locals barbershop?
Yeah. She sat down there. We had stopped a couple times to fix her shoes, but we stopped there. That's where we sat down for a few minutes. And then after that, we headed up to the park. We sat down there for probably 10, 15 minutes.
What park?
Hall Park.
Okay.
And then after that, my stomach was hurting, so I told her, like, I'm sorry, I really got to use the bathroom. I'm going to go. And then she said, like, okay, I'm going to probably just head back up to the pit stop again and then head home.
It's interesting that he didn't mention this pit stop in his previous interview. He also claimed that he didn't know where she went after the park, but now he's claiming that she told him she would go to the pit stop and then head home. It's possible that he's adding such detail to cover up any loose ends, not knowing that he has an eyewitness against him.
So, you guys had plans to go to the house.
Yes.
Tell me how that all unfolded, your conversation.
Well, originally I brought it up to her because I had been in there with Alex and his cousin, and so I thought it was cool. And then she seemed like really into it. She said that she thought it was really cool, and she said that she wanted to like invite George along because that's back when she was with him. She said she wanted to invite him, but then like stuff kept getting in the way, and our schedules never lined up, and she was always too tired. And then, like, other than that, the few times that we went up, we couldn't really figure out a way in that wouldn't hurt her hip.
Okay. What did you say was wrong with her hip again?
I was told that she was pushed down the stairs in school.
And this was a while back?
A while back, as far as I'm aware.
Okay. And you guys are close friends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And actually, you said you always communicated over Messenger, but
yes.
you sent a few texts over text message.
Only recently.
Yeah, recently, I get it. And I appreciate you letting me use it, but the one thing I forgot to do is take pictures of the text messages.
Oh, okay.
Would that be okay?
Of course.
All right, appreciate it.
Here.
How you doing on your battery life now? Yesterday we were 1%.
It should last a little bit.
Okay.
Well, I can't turn the brightness down because you got to take pictures.
Okay, I'll have them take, but it's okay. Look at your phone, take a quick picture, bring it back.
Yeah.
You on water?
I'm good. I should last.
Last about one more sip.
It's actually impressive how throughout these 2 interrogations he kept himself composed, he justified every step he took on Thursday, and is extremely cooperative in this ordeal. That either means that he's telling the truth, or he's too good of a liar.
All right, man. So you're wearing this?
Yes.
Okay. So, what kind of hat's that?
That is just a...
Indiana Jones hat?
It's a fedora. I don't know what the material is. It's really soft.
Those are your boots. Mm-hmm. What all you have in the bag?
Just my basic stuff. I have a sketchbook in there, and this is kind of personal information. I bought it off a friend, but I do have a dildo in there.
You have a dildo?
It's mine.
Okay. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
All right. And other than that, I just have basic, like, I have pens and pencils.
Mm-hmm.
There's some stuff in there that I actually didn't even remember having. Like, I had some wet wipes from a while back.
Okay. So you guys are walking. This is your attire.
Mm-hmm.
You guys go to...
This is Taco Bell.
Correct.
This is, or at least that's what it looks like.
No, it's Taco Bell.
All right.
And you guys make your way, you trek through, and you go back. You go down to Hall Park.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're there for several minutes. Okay. And then you leave her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you're walking up, well, let me backtrack. So you got your boots. You washed your stuff. Where's your boots?
Oh, like right now? They're just at home.
No, did you wash your boots? Did you clean your boots?
Really all I can ever do whenever I clean my boots. I didn't clean my boots, but whenever I do, I just take a rag because I don't know if I can throw those in the washer because they're steel-toed and I don't know if that'll mess with it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that because, yes, that would tear that up.
Okay.
And then your mom probably wouldn't want you doing that laundry again, dude. So just future reference, don't put boots in the wash. Okay?
Got it.
Now, what kind of gloves do you have?
Gloves, I have leather gloves back at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, I do have like a fingerless glove because I lost the other.
Okay.
Do you need the gloves for like DNA or anything? Because I can get those.
Okay. Were they in the bedroom or something?
Yeah, they're just in my bedroom.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that.
At this point, you can see his nervousness after he was asked about his attire that day. The detective fixated on the boots and gloves, thinking that he hid them, and he gave a nervous answer as to where it was. On top of that, he mentioned that he had a sex toy in his bag, which is just extremely strange. Well, now that the nervousness stage is achieved, the next step is to bluntly call out his inconsistency.
Okay. There was a couple things I was kind of curious about.
Mm-hmm.
When you talked about when you left her there, sitting on the bench, and you walked up to Chestnut.
Yeah.
You gave her the look back there at the stop sign, gave her the wave.
Yeah.
And you see her there texting.
I don't know that she was texting.
Typing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know that's not true.
What do you mean?
Because I made the same walk, and you cannot see that
Well,
green
no,
bench.
I didn't see her texting from there. I saw her texting when I was getting up to leave.
Right. And you looked back at the stop sign and saw her still on the phone, so you still waved.
No, I waved back and I saw she was still sitting there.
At the stop sign, correct? You said that.
No, sorry. So
Okay.
as I was walking up to the stop sign.
Yeah. Well, I walked that this morning. And once you get to the side of the urinal, you can't see that green bench all the way past the stop sign. It's being blocked.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I just
Could you take me up there and show me? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. You said
I can show you where I look back.
I did. You can look back. Once you walk to the vinyl siding, from that point on, you cannot see that green table. I tried. Unless you walked around, almost around the corner to the house, then you could see the corner of the table. I did it today. So that's not true. So is there some other stuff that maybe you're kind of holding back on? Or you?
No, maybe my memory is just flawed, but like.
You specifically said it.
I've had brain trauma.
Okay, but remember, you went through that 3 times. You told me that 3 times that you got there and you waved at her yesterday and today.
That's what I remember.
But that didn't happen. You couldn't. Impossible. I did it. And I'm taller than you. I still couldn't see over that vinyl fencing. It blocks the line of sight the whole way.
What vinyl?
That's the white fence that's around the porta pot. And you didn't have gloves on there.
What do you mean? I definitely had gloves on. I know I did.
No, you didn't have them down there at the park.
What do you mean?
When you walked down there,
Uh-huh.
we got you on video. You don't have them on there. This is a time where it's probably best to kind of straighten some things out. Are you covering something?
Hold on, I'm trying
Here,
to think.
have a sip of water and take a think.
I'm trying to think. Sorry, everything's been stressing me out. Could I go pee real quick?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Got it. I know I had the gloves on after we left McDonald's. I know I had them then. No, wait, no, I put them back in my bag because I was having my hands in my pockets. What do you mean? I wasn't at the final thing. It was when I was walking around the porta potty. I gave it a hard thought. I didn't have the gloves on then. I had them as we were leaving McDonald's on our way to her house, because that's when it was really cold, but I did take them off because it was starting to get hot out again. Mm-hmm. But I think there was a misunderstanding, because when I waved to her is when I was going around the porta potty and that cement thing.
No, we went over that 3 different times. You were at the stop sign.
No.
Twice today, and once today. Just wait for me.
Yeah.
You didn't have the gloves on when you got Pathways, because you said, I know the video showed us going there. We also have video showing you guys leaving. So listen, what I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to work with you. We know what happened, but why? I know you feel terrible, but why?
His confident facade is finally wearing off. He knows that he's caught in a lie, and there's some underlying guilt building up.
But this is the time just to clear yourself. I know you're tore up about this. She was a friend. Something happened. Why?
Can I have a moment to think?
Just talk it out with me, man.
Can I have some more water?
Yeah, I'll get you some here in a second. Just tell me why.
Why what?
Why it happened.
I don't know.
Blake, come on, man. You know.
Are you saying that I did it?
What happened? Hey, we're past that, man. You're a man. There you go. There you go.
Thank you.
You're a man. I don't look at me. I think something bad happened.
I would never. I'm just going to say that now. I would never. Okay? Well, I'm not trying to sound rude. I'm sorry. I don't know about my tongue.
So what happened in there? I know you guys are both in there.
I don't even know. I remember we got in there. I blacked out. I genuinely just, we went in there. I blacked out. Oh my God. I don't know what happened. I blacked out, and when I came to, she was dead.
Come on.
I'm so scared.
Wait. Get it off your chest. You feel terrible, I can tell. I don't think you're bad. Just wait. What happened? What happened?
I don't know.
They need closure too.
I remember I walked in. I remember first thing I said was, like, shouldn't go in the basement because that's creepy. I remember we walked into the next room, the one straight across from the door.
Mm-hmm.
After I walked through that doorway, I just blacked out, and I don't know from there. I came to, she was dead in the corner, and I panicked.
And what did you do?
I left. I didn't know what to do.
You know what you did, okay?
I couldn't have raped her. I know.
Then why would you pull her pants down?
I don't know. Do you want to, like, check me? I don't believe that I could do that.
Something happened. What made you snap?
I mean,
to kill her.
More recently, before that, she kept talking about stuff that I knew wasn't true. She kept trying to frame her boyfriends for, like, raping her and abusing her, but, like...
And that made you mad? Why? Because it's a female?
No.
Then explain to me. I'm just trying to understand.
She kept trying to make it seem like Alex was, like, a terrible person, and she kept trying to, like...
And he's your best friend?
Yeah.
I know that.
I mean, I don't tell him enough, but, like, he's, like, my best friend.
But she's talking shit about him.
She was trying to say that he was abusing her and like that he raped her, but I know neither of those were true because...
And she would constantly nag you about this?
Yes, I was there for all of it. She was the one abusing him.
And then you got tired of listening to her run down your best friend. Did you tell him about all this?
No.
Does he know that she was running him down?
He does know that she was running him down. I did let him know.
So now
that.
we're getting somewhere. She was running him through the mud. He's your best friend. I talked to him. He said you guys did have a little thing going back and forth. Right? And that's
Sorry,
okay.
repeat that. I spaced off for a second. I didn't space off, but I didn't catch that last part.
You guys had a little thing going on back in the, maybe a little lover thing, gay, and that's fine.
Oh, between me and him?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and the most recent was when?
Between me and him?
Yes.
Well, what do you mean by lover moment exactly? Because he's mostly straight.
I know, but he admitted that you guys hooked up.
Oh, that was...
But you still have feelings for him.
I do.
Okay. And she's running your friend into the mud. And how mad does that make you?
It made me very mad.
Okay. So then walk me through what happens when you guys are at Hathaway.
Where's Hathaway?
That's where you're sitting on the benches.
Well, I took her and, I told her, like, hey, you want to check out that house? I'm sorry, I lied. She was able to walk into it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I got in there. We were looking around. I walked through that doorway. I black out. I don't know what happens after that.
Okay. Now, let's backtrack that a little bit. Was she running her mouth about him as you guys are going in?
Yes.
So it's pissing you off?
Yeah.
So you didn't black out. You do remember it. So tell me what happened. When you're going in there, she keeps going, blah, 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 this, you get mad, what happens? You do know. I see it in your eyes. Let's get through it and we can go to the bathroom.
Just one thing.
What?
Can you please tell my parents? Or, they're going to know.
So you go in there, she's running them down.
I snapped.
And what happened?
I choked her. I hit her over the head and I choked her.
What'd you hit her over the head with?
Bottle.
Okay. What'd you choke her with? Okay. Then what? Just get it out, man.
She was on the ground. I panicked. I took a piece of glass.
Then what?
Jammed it in.
You jammed it in her throat? Then what happened?
I didn't touch her.
Get it all out.
I pulled the pants down and then I was like, this is fucked. I have to. I left.
So when you pulled her pants down.
I didn't touch her.
Okay. Did you start to take your penis out and then realize? So you never pulled your pants down?
I pulled her pants down and then I was like, This is fucked. How am I doing this?
Then what did you do?
I left. I went home.
Okay.
God, everyone's gonna hate me.
Hey, Blake. Okay. Here. Have some water, okay? I'll be right back. Hey. I'll be right back, okay? We're going to get through this, all right?
The detective has to piece together everything, bit by bit, to clarify everything that happened. Keep in mind that when the body was found, she was stabbed and R-worded, so the detective needs this high-pressure environment to continue in order to connect the dots.
Take as many as you want, man. There's just a couple other things I got to clear up, okay? Okay. The dildo in your bag.
I didn't.
You didn't use that.
That is strictly mine.
Okay. When you pulled her pants down, because when I went to the autopsy today, there is an abrasion on her anus.
I considered it was against her anus.
Okay.
But then I was like...
How far in did you go into the anus? I'm not saying...
Not very.
You didn't... Okay, so say this is the dildo.
It was...
How much? Draw a line.
It wasn't the dildo, it was the glove.
The what?
The glove.
With your finger in it? How much of your finger went in? Say, this is your first knuckle, second knuckle, big knuckle.
Okay, I would say just about right here.
So this whole part?
A little bit past that.
So about here, you put into her anus. Okay. How long have you been thinking about this? A little while. It didn't just happen.
Yes.
How long?
A while.
How long's a while?
Ever since I first brought it up to her.
Brought what up?
The house.
And that was weeks ago.
Because she's always talking about Alex and talking about how she doesn't like him and like all these terrible things. She keeps trying to frame him for stuff. And
so we're going to go back a couple weeks that you got tired of listening to her run her mouth about him. Right? Okay. Did you already have it planned out what you're going to do, how you're going to do it?
I figured I would just like choke her out because I knew that wouldn't kill her because that's like I see that happen is just like.
And then you just got mad and just went.
It went too far.
How far into that doorway did you go where we found her in a closet? Or
Right
it's not
there.
a closet.
Right
I'm sorry.
there.
How far into the garage? Because that's actually a garage. How far in did you go?
Just right there. I didn't
Just at the
didn't
door.
go in.
So just at the door.
Yes.
Okay. Then what happens?
That's when I snapped. She was looking in the doorway.
There was puncture wounds on her jaw. Did you stab her a couple more times?
I missed with the glass.
Okay. So you got her twice here because there was 2 marks. All right. Give me a second. Let me get you another bit of water. No, here you go.
I assume that I'm going to jail.
We're going to talk a little more. Okay. And I want you to kind of lay out where the stuff is in your house so I don't tear your mom's house apart.
The gloves I threw away.
Where?
The trash where he went.
In your trash?
Yes.
Does your mom know you threw your gloves away?
No.
Okay. Well, why don't you think about the other stuff? I'm going to step out, have water. Go ahead.
Will my parents know? Is there anything you can say?
Well, I'm going to tell them that you were very honest with me. And you realize that you made a terrible mistake.
I'm just so scared they're gonna hate me.
I don't think they'll hate you. They'll be upset, yes.
I was just hoping that it was a nightmare.
I'll be back. Here.
But I hear that there's a chance she might just be in a coma. Please tell me she's alright.
She's dead. She was dead about 4 or 5 minutes. The doctor said it took about 4 minutes for her to die. Just hang tight.
On April 20th, Blake was charged with aggravated murder.
I know that apologies at this point probably have very little meaning, but I want everyone to know that I'm very sorry and very ashamed of what I did. It was horrible. Every day I just wish that I could just take it all back and never have done it. And every day I pray that it was all just some terrible nightmare and that one day I'll wake up and she'll still be here and that everything will be okay.
That was the worst apology I've ever heard in my life. Like, you were not sincere at all about it. Everything that you have done from the time that you planned this, you have no remorse. The only remorse you have is going to prison. You knew what you were doing. You knew the whole time. You knew for how long. I don't understand how you could betray somebody like that. How do you do that? To me, you're a monster. You are a complete monster.
Gruel's attorneys argued his age, lack of a criminal record, and mental issues reported in a psychological evaluation as mitigating circumstances as they sought the minimum sentence of 20 years to life. But in the end, Gruel got life in prison without parole. Now, if you think this case was horrific, you need to check out my video on the psychotic son who decapitated his own mother.